Okay, guys, hopefully things are a little bit better now than they were just a few minutes ago. I am so sorry about that. That was really embarrassing. I unfortunately had a lot of settings that were messed with in my app. I'm not really sure how that happened. I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to wait till we get some comments in here, then I'll pick up where we left off. Everything should load in here in just a second. Take two. Yep. YouTube comments were grilling me, man. Y'all on YouTube are ruthless. Facebook people were being nice. The YouTube comments were... oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It's like my first time doing this. It's my job or anything. I don't know what the deal is. But I think I'm good now. Everything looks to be in good shape. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started and let people fill in here. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching this live update. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. If you're new here, I cover Arkansas weather, all 75 counties, all year round. It's a good time. The reason why I'm here, we don't have any tornado warnings right now, so don't panic. Nobody run to the closet. We do have a severe thunderstorm that is approaching Fort Smith at this time. It's still in Oklahoma, near Spiral and Fort Coffee. These storms have been causing problems all evening for this area, and they're moving into the Fort Smith area now. Really, I don't think this is a huge deal. It's going to be noisy, though, when these move into town. But otherwise, most of us are pretty quiet. We have a severe thunderstorm down near Shreveport. We'll watch that for South Arkansas. But we do have 3 days, well, Sunday, technically 2 more days, Monday and Tuesday worth of severe weather potential. And we haven't really had that, expected widespread severe weather issues. So I wanted to go over that with you guys. We do have continued storm chances tonight, too. So just want to reiterate, if you're watching this right now, we have storms ongoing in western and northwest Arkansas and parts of north Arkansas. But overall, the state is quiet as of Sunday evening. If you're watching this on playback, I'm live at 7:08 p.m. on Sunday evening. But we have continued chances for storms tonight. I'm going to bring this up for you and show you what I'm talking about. So as we go into the night hours of Sunday and into Monday, we have continued chances for storms. You can see the models are presenting that there in western and northwest Arkansas and scattered spots of Arkansas. This is for 10 p.m. tonight, and this continues into the late night hours. This is midnight, and I can even keep going into the 3 or 4 a.m. hours. So we're going to have more activity expected overnight across the state. Not all of you will get soaking wet, but we will have storms as we go through the overnight hours and into Monday morning. And I can even go out into Monday, well into mid-morning. This is around, we'll just say 8, 9, 10 a.m. or so. And this specific model, suggesting that we could have continued activity into Monday morning. And that might be a little bit more widespread, maybe even closer to central Arkansas, where a lot of this has been in western Arkansas so far. I think central Arkansas and other parts of the state could have their chances tomorrow too. And we're going to have more chances for rain this week. So if you miss out today, if you miss out on Monday, tomorrow, you're going to have more chances for rain. So not all hope is lost. So just kind of to go back and regurgitate a little bit of that same information we just talked about, we have continued chances for storms tonight, mainly in western Arkansas. And then we'll have additional chances on Monday, especially Monday morning, Monday mid-morning, probably into the lunch hour as well. This is our severe weather potential for Sunday. I'm filming this, of course, it's Sunday, September 21st. The concern is this evening here in western, northwest quadrant of the state, parts of north central Arkansas as well. Many of you will observe no severe weather whatsoever, but we could have a few strong storms. Flipping into Monday, I think a little bit more of the same. You're watching western Arkansas. Most of the state has chances for scattered activity. I think widespread severe weather concerns on Monday is low. Now, Tuesday, it's a little bit different story. Okay, that's what I wanted to get to on this. Tuesday looks like our best chances for a little bit more widespread severe weather than we've had in quite a while. This is not unusual. As we move out of summer and into fall, we will have, at times, more severe weather risk. It's our secondary severe weather season. And on Tuesday, you can already see the National Weather Service has defined a part of Arkansas, southwest Arkansas, from Mena down to Texarkana, parts of areas near Arkadelphia, for a little bit more of a heightened severe weather concern, a level 2 of 5. And I know that doesn't just jump off the screen like what we see in March and April, but I can assure you there will be some potential for a few cranky storms on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you can see it here. For those of you weather junkies who like to keep up with weather, we have this is a classic upper level storm system that we're dealing with here. You can see the trough dips well into the plains here. This green highlighted shading color is something that should catch your eye. We're looking at the 500 millibar wind speeds. I know this is a lot of weather jargon, but there's a lot of upper level energy associated here, where in the summer, we don't have that. In the summer, it's just hot, it's stale. You have storms in the afternoon, they go away when when it gets dark. This looks like more of a spring-like setup where you have upper level storm, energy to work with. Storms can form and maintain themselves and sustain and cause problems. Strong winds, hail. And I'm not going to be able to rule out tornadoes on Tuesday either. I don't think we're staring down a tornado outbreak on Tuesday. At least I hope not. But I do think that there will be better opportunities for a little bit more widespread severe weather than what we've been dealing with lately. So, busy weather pattern coming up here. I'm filming this on Sunday, September 21st at 7:12 p.m. If you're not watching this live and you're watching it on playback, first of all, thank you for watching the playback. We do not at this time have any tornado warnings. The only really storm of concern that we have now is this storm that's in eastern Oklahoma approaching Sebastian County, Fort Smith, Arcoma, Barling, Hackett, Greenwood. I actually think this is going to stay closer into the northern Sebastian County area and really just looks noisy. Most of the state tonight is pretty quiet as expected, but I do think that activity will fill in like we discussed earlier in this part of the state Sunday night, and it could extend into other parts of Arkansas too on Monday, with continued chances for storms on Tuesday. We'll probably have daily thunderstorm chances this week. Tuesday, Wednesday. Haven't looked a whole lot at Thursday and Friday, to be honest with you, but definitely Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we'll have daily chances for storms. So hopefully that I had a few people asking me for a radar update earlier, or like an update on what's to come. Hopefully this kind of answers any questions you might have about the next few days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And we'll see what happens, of course, on Wednesday as well. But we do have severe weather opportunities this week. I think Tuesday is the most concerning at this juncture. The forecast will change from now and then. Of course, I have daily updates on social media, and I'll make sure that you're in the loop on that. I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions in the comments, which makes me feel comfortable that we've discussed everything we need to. But I'll give it just a couple of seconds. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those for you. And once again, I'm really sorry that the stream cut out earlier. It's kind of embarrassing, but hopefully we don't have any more problems. It looks like the stream is up and running pretty good right now. So, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it. Caitlin says, I'm about to drive through Fort Smith up to Bentonville. Should we be concerned? If you're going through Fort Smith now and up to Bentonville, it looks like you're just going to run into some generic, general thunderstorm activity. If you were to go through in around 20 minutes, some stronger storms will be possible. I would definitely just take it slow as you're driving. Some hail and wind will be possible. Brandon said, just joined. How is Northwest Arkansas tonight? I can't rule out severe weather in Northwest Arkansas, but right now it's just general storms in Northwest Arkansas. Kayla says, severe weather for this week. What are the risks? So we just went over that. I mean, we literally just went over but I can pull those up for you real quick. I just won't go as in-depth, Kayla, for you. We have severe weather risk today. So in western Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, the marginal level 1 of 5 risk. Again on Monday, western Arkansas, once again, not really, I don't think going to be a huge deal. Tuesday's the most concerning day, more widespread potential. I think we could actually see a few, more than one, maybe, or two severe thunderstorms on Tuesday with large hail, wind, and maybe even some tornadoes. Not expecting tornadoes tonight, Cheyenne. I think we're good to go. I'm not going to say it's a 0% risk, but I don't think we're going to have any significant concerns for tornadoes this evening. Clarksville, says Mike. Right now, not any concerns in Clarksville. We'll watch this evening. There is potential that we could have a strong storm or two. It's a pretty broad brush forecast, though, so I can't really guarantee any one specific area problems, if that makes sense, Mike. Maya says, what's going on with Fort Smith tonight? Storm's moving in now, and the storms could be a little bit cranky, strong winds, maybe some hail, but it looks like the storm is dying some compared to earlier where it was pretty strong. Sheila says, I just came on. Any rain for Texarkana anytime soon? Yeah, you'll get rain in Texarkana this week for sure. Maybe not tonight, but this week you will for sure. Madison says, how is Mountain Home looking for the next couple of days? Mountain Home will observe thunderstorms this week, much like most of us. There is severe weather potential tonight, but it's it's one of those blanket forecast thing. I don't think have any incredible concerns tonight in Mountain Home. But I can't rule out some thunderstorms, of course, and maybe a strong one or two. Kylie says, anything for Russellville tonight? There is potential. It's kind of a scattered forecast. So you definitely could see storms in Russellville, especially overnight and into Monday morning. The severe weather risk is pretty low. Kylie says, Diana says, is there any tornadoes? I'm not expecting tornadoes tonight. I don't think we have a whole lot of concern in that regard. Tuesday might be a different story. I think that we could perhaps see a little bit of, I'm not going to say it's going to be a big issue, but it will be the higher, I don't even want to say highest tornado risk we've seen in a while, because it's not going to be a high tornado risk. The most legitimate chance to maybe see a tornado warning or two, if that makes sense. Nothing that we have never seen before, for sure. Megan says, anything for Cherokee Village? There is potential, Megan, tonight and into tomorrow, but it looks scattered, so it's hard for me to give, that focused one town yes or no. Regardless, if you don't see anything tonight or Monday, Cherokee Village will observe rain and storms this week, especially through midweek. Hopefully that answers your question. Mindy says, anything for Alexander and Bryant? I think better chances in Central Arkansas are going to be tomorrow, Mindy, rather than tonight. Michelle says, what about Greenwood? Yeah, I do think Greenwood's going to observe rain and storms overnight tonight and into Monday morning. Michelle, most of the activity right now is kind of going north of Greenwood. We're kind of right on the cusp, but there is some storms just to our north headed for Fort Smith right now. Kim says, what about Batesville? Nothing in Batesville right now. Perhaps late tonight or into tomorrow morning, with chances, of course, later this week, much like the rest of the state. Ashley's asking about NWA. Yeah, just generic storms right now. General thunderstorm activity. Nothing severe at this time in northwest Arkansas. Can't rule out continued potential tonight and, of course, tomorrow as well. I'm trying not to double up on town so everybody can get a chance. Nicole, I'm not. Nicole says, is it going to be bad in Waldron tomorrow? No, I don't think. When you say bad, I'm not real sure what that means. As far as maybe a potential for a strong storm, I can't rule that out. But am I expecting significant widespread severe weather? No, I'm not. I'm not really expecting that anywhere in Arkansas through the next day or two. Quitman, wind, strong storms. Lacey, I think the better potential for widespread severe weather in Arkansas will be on Tuesday. I just went over this a few moments ago, and I'll show you the map just to kind of make sense of this. So tonight we have severe weather potential mainly in the western half of the state. Don't think there's going to be a huge problem. Monday, I'm not really too concerned, but Tuesday is the best potential we've had in a while for widespread, maybe more than one or two storms like we've been dealing with for the last, what seems like several months. Tuesday looks more of like a classic day where we could have several storms that are kind of strong or cranky, with maybe some more heightened potential in southwest Arkansas. So hopefully that answers your question. Tuesday looks like the day to watch at this juncture. We'll see if that changes. How about Boonville? Yeah, Boonville's the same as Greenwood. That's close to Greenwood. We'll have storm chances tonight and tomorrow, with continued chances through the week as well. I'm not expecting anything too significant in Boonville, but that doesn't mean we can't have a strong storm or two, and that could include Boonville. Boonville had a hailstorm back in, I think it was April, just a flash hailstorm in the middle of the night. It's kind of one of those things where I can't rule that out happening, but the chances are low. So, sorry. Will this be an on and off all night in Muldrow? Yeah, so western Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, there's going to be continued chances for scattered storms overnight and into Monday morning. I'm not going to say it's going to be 24/7, but we could have continued activity. Christy, there will be chances for storms in that area tomorrow morning. It could be scattered, so you might encounter times where you're not dealing with anything, but there will be potential for some rain and thunderstorms from Conway to Russellville in the morning. Okay, I feel like I've answered several questions here. Hopefully that provides some clarity around the forecast. Thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I haven't done a live video in a while, so I'm a little rusty. I have a feeling that this is going to be a little bit, I'm going to be doing this more. So, the chances are low in northwest Arkansas, man. Level 1 of 5. Can't rule out a strong storm or two in northwest Arkansas tonight and tomorrow. Don't think it's a big deal, but that doesn't mean that there won't be a severe thunderstorm or two in the area. Hopefully that answers your question. Really want to say thank you to 1312 Cleaning and Restoration for sponsoring this live severe weather update. They're my go-to cleaning and restoration company in the state of Arkansas. And if you have a weather-related disaster, they should be the first person you call. Just take it from me. They're fantastic people. I will be, of course, have updates tomorrow. If anything crazy happens overnight, I'll be around. I don't think that's going to happen. But then as we head towards Tuesday, I'm going to have continued updates as well, especially if Tuesday starts to look more concerning. For now, I'm not too awful concerned about it, but certainly something to watch. But last question, last answer. Kennedy says, how is Van Buren and Alma looking overnight? Kennedy, you've got rain and storm chances overnight tonight and into Monday morning. I'm not going to say it's going to be 24/7 all night and Monday, but there will be some potential for a strong storm or two. Not, nothing too big of a deal, but certainly something to keep an eye on. If you have plans in the morning, I would definitely, adjust your time scale in case we have rain and storms ongoing. Thank you guys so much for watching this. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker, and I will catch you next time.